Hello farmers and welcome to this video by Zim Farmer. Well, today we are going to be talking about poultry housing. Before we get into business, remember don't forget to hit the to hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share. Turn on that notification bell so that you'll be able to be notified every time we post such a video. Well, without wasting any of your time, let's get down to business. A house is the most important component in poultry production. Investments in housing constitute 85% of the total capital investments. It is a long-term investment opportunity for use of family labor and local resources, right? Importance of housing when it comes to poultry farming. Number one, poultry houses should protect birds from extreme weather, predators, theft. Number two, housing helps in better management, e.g. feeding, disease control, breeding, and others. Number three, provides chickens with comfort. Number four, efficient production provides shelter for egg laying and brood hens. Right, now going to the characteristics of a good house. The characteristics of a good house consists of one, comfortable and relaxing for the birds. 2. Able to provide sufficient space. 3. Cool during hot weather and warm during cold weather. And lastly, protect birds against rain, sunlight, and wind. Right. And now we are going to site selection. Select a site where there were no previous poultry activities. Remember, because there might be diseases and other stuff. So remember, you must select a site where there were no previous activities where there were no poultry activities. Number 2, land should be even and elevated. Number 3, if rectangular, the land should run from east to west to minimize sunlight inside. Number 4, site should not be waterlogged. Number 5, scope for plenty of light and good aeration. Number 6, site should be easily accessible. Number 7, adequate water should be available. Number 8, located away from the residence but close enough to keep away predators and thieves. Then the last one is chicken houses should be constructed in isolated areas to decrease the risk of contamination. Now, we're going to take a break and we'll be back to discuss more when it comes to poultry housing. Don't go, and let's talk about construction. Remember, when construction, the house must have an east to west orientation. Eastern and western sides built to the roof. The eastern and the western side must be built to the roof. Brick wall on length side of house must be at least 50 centimeters. The length side, the length side is in the south, and the south and the north side must have a wall with a length of 50 centimeters, and then the height must be at least 2.6 meters on the higher side of a flat roofed house. If you have a flat side, it must be at least 2.6 meters high. Then the roof overlap must be at least 30 centimeters, and all brick surfaces should be plastered for ease of cleaning, and the floors must be concrete, and the size of house must be appropriate to the number of chicks, which is at least 10 to 12 birds per square meter. For example, we could say 100 chicks, 100 birds will need at least a 10 square meter house, and this is an illustration which is being shown on the screen right now. The illustration of the house plan, what it must look like, especially for commercial housing. And this one is a small scale flat roof with a flat roof with one raised side, and the other side is lower than the other side, which is a flat roof. As you can see, it has at least 50 centimeters walls on the length sides, and then the other two sides, the walls are built up to the level of the roof, and then there is a mesh wire and a cage for protection against wild animals and other birds. And This other image is for commercial housing. As you can see, the house is huge, and the building plans is just the same: a concrete floor, uh, a raised roof from the other end to the other end. Make sure you're on the both sides with small wall, which is at least 50 centimeters to a meter, a small wall, and the roof. And this one, the last image, is for backyard farming. As you can see, it is also a flat with the one. Currently, the meshed part was enclosed with a tent which can be easily be opened. We can call them curtains, which can easily be opened at any time. And then as you can see, the roof, the other side are enclosed, but we don't we don't encourage people to build such a house, for there will be less ventilation, but it also can work if you have a small space and limited resources. So then for house preparations, when you're about to put your chickens in, you must prepare your house. These are the simple steps or measures you must take for your house preparations. Right. Firstly, there is cleaning. You must use a detergent. Remove equipment and curtains. Dry clean. Remove manure. Sweep throughout the house. Scrub the floors, equipment using detergents, for example like superwash, and rinse with clean water. Leave to dry. So in summary, you must remove all the curtains, sweep all the manure, scrub the floors, rinse with clean water, and then leave the place to dry. Then for disinfections, you must use a disinfectant. Spray the house, spray your equipment, spray your curtains with a disinfectant. Then house must be rested for at least 10 days for backyard farming, and for commercial at least 14 days plus, which is at least 2 weeks. Then destroy mosquito breeding areas and weed around the house. That is basically everything that you need when preparing to start your broiler farming. That is basically the house, the construction part, the house part. And in the future videos, we're going to be talking about how to start, how to rear your broilers. We're going to talk about poultry diseases, preventions, how the diseases look like, how infected chickens behave, and a lot more when it comes to poultry farming. This is all that we have for you in on house construction.